Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor, all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rokaha, Quadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Double honors to the elders, prophets, and teachers who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Now I'm be going into the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verses 1 through 4. I really want to focus on 4, but we're going to go through all of it, right? And let's start with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So remember the creator in the days of thy youth, meaning, don't wait to the last minute to turn to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You can also go into that, and we can grab that in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So they could be also going into this this verse 1 in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, right? Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Okay. Let's get to the next verse. While the sun or the light. Now this is while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Now, it says you want to do this before these things happen, right? And what does it mean by they're darkened? Well, let me just grab a video for you, right? Grab a video for you. The videos I love grabbing to break this down, man. Right? And this is from Independence Day.
Aren't you coming, David?
No, I gotta see this.
Scripture it says he cometh in the clouds. This is what they're going to see when Yahweh Shai comes, man. This is an example of what they're going to see, I should say. Right? And his ship could be way bigger than this, man, because it says his ship is going to be like a mountain. So it could be way bigger than this. Okay? Nevertheless, let's keep going. Right? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So when the grinders shall cease, right? That's going into the working class, man. When that shall cease, right? Because there's no jobs and everything. And we're going through that right now. Jobs are being taken as we speak. Right? Verse 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. That's working. That word grinding is going into working or labor. Right? When the jobs are low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So when the grinding is low, that's what we're experiencing today, man. Right? And we're going to prove it. Let's grab some videos real quick. We're going to prove it, man, because jobs are being cut left and right.
This evening, more layoffs are anticipated at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Sources telling CBS News NOAA is planning to cut 1,029 employees. This is part of a mandate from the federal government's Human Resources Agency. In just 2 days, all U.S. departments will have to submit, quote, reorganization plans detailing ways to reduce operations. Right now, NOAA is not commenting on the cuts directly, citing longstanding policy on personnel matters.
See that? So NOAA's about to cut. About to cut. They're about to do job cuts, man. So this is a serious thing. The grinding is getting low. Okay, let's get another one.
If that stopgap bill passes as is, the district may be forced to lay off large numbers of police officers, firefighters, teachers, among other government employees, and make drastic cuts to services. The current proposal would require the D.C. government to cut $1 billion in spending over the next 6 months. News 4's Mark Seagraves is live from Capitol Hill, where D.C. officials tried to question the speaker about those cuts today. Mark, what happened?
Yeah, well, just about every member of the D.C. Council went to Speaker Johnson's office to ask for a meeting. They were turned away. Right now, Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is at the House Rules Committee meeting trying to get an amendment attached to the continuing resolution to have this provision removed. But as you said, if it passes as is, it would force the district to cut more than $1 billion from their budget over the next 6 months. Mayor Bowser said that would be devastating to the District of Columbia, the impact that it would have. Here are some of the agencies that would be biggest hit with both layoffs and cuts in services. The DC Police Department, the Fire Department, Public and Charter Schools, the Department of Healthcare Finance, the Metro System, Department of Health and Human Services, and the Department of Behavioral.
You see all of that, man. All those departments and jobs that we're about to lose. Right? And what is Trump bragging about? He's bragging about what, $500 billion that Apple gave so that he can create jobs, and open up 20,000 new jobs. But we already lost from the first video. We lost 1,000 jobs was lost from Noah, right? And now you got this. So realistically, losing that much for the DC employees, you're looking at possibly 4 to another 7,000 jobs being lost, man. It's lucky for my son being in the background. But you're looking at that's a lot, man. And that's not even a worst, right? Because I've used ChatGPT against these devils to find out some layoffs that absolutely blew my mind. Grab some of these. Look at this. This is the layoff estimation of 2025 for the retail. Look at the retail layoff. 89,620 in the retail department. Restaurant layoff, 6,350. With a grand total, right? Grand total estimated layoffs of 2025, right, is 95,970 layoffs. And this is just an estimation, right? But we damn near got 100,000 jobs lost right here. And that's still not even the worst. Or that one's the worst, but we still got more. Right? You got Advanced Auto Parts. They're estimated at 14,000 layoffs. Right? And that's just their stores. You got the distribution centers laying off an estimation of 600 layoffs. That's 14,600 jobs gone down the drain. Let's get some more. So I get for my son, man. You got the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, approximately losing, right, 5,200 positions by 2025, man. Right? And then you got is that it for them? And I thought, there it is. Veteran Affairs. I don't know if you can see that. It's lucky if you can't see that. But Veteran Affairs, the VA, plans to cut 80,000 jobs. 80,000. That's another almost 100,000 jobs gone. Damn. The grinding is low, man. Google, right? Been cutting since 2023. They're at about 12,000 positions gone. 12,000 people don't have a job. In all, That's almost 200,000 jobs cut. You know, math could be off, Slagia, but that's a lot of jobs. And this dude's bragging, like I said, right? This man's bragging. This is from the White House, right? Let me see. Right? Lucky if you can't see that. I'll pray you can. Let me try to make it a little bigger. Lock. Right? But in total, President Trump has secured nearly $2 trillion in the new US investments, right? Which don't mean shit for real, but the main one he focused on is that Apple announced a historic $500 billion dollar investment that will create 20,000 new US based jobs. What the fuck is that going to do to cover that number at just a 200,000 lost just this year? That's nothing. That's a drop in a bucket compared to that, man. Right? But this is just his cover up, man. This is just his cover up to make himself look good. But in all, he's doing shit behind closed doors. Right? Because look what he's doing. TSMC announced an unprecedented $100 billion investment in US-based semiconductor chip manufacturing. What is that going into? Watch this. Simple Google, man. Is RFID a semiconductor chip? Yes. RFID tags contain semiconductor chips, man. That's the reason that he's investing so much into this. This devil could be, like the elder said, this devil's probably going to bring in the MOTB. President Trump could be the president to bring in the MOTB, man. Right? President Trump announced the largest artificial intelligence infrastructure project in history, securing $500 billion in plan for private sector investment. Right? And you already know that artificial intelligence, he needs that as the infrastructure for when the MOTB comes into effect. Because you're going to need AI in order to filter through all those chips. Because you got to remember, the market of beast is going to be over the whole earth, right? Not just in here in America. So even people who come over here, if that's a thing, right? When those times come, they're going to be able to track their chips too. But he's going to need AI technology in order to go. There's over 300 million people in the US. They have to find a way to deal with with that many chips because they think they can get everybody, right? They have to find a way to be able to track and collect data from 300 million chips. They're not going to hire 300 million people to watch each trip one by one. They're going to use AI to do it, man. Damn. And then how is that data from RFID, right? How's that data going to be processed? Let me see. Right? This guy I asked Google another question. Is AI needed for RFID implants? While RFID implants, Salakia, let me put that over. Salakia if I didn't do that for the last one. While RFID implants themselves don't directly require AI, AI is increasingly used to analyze RFID data. Right? And that's the reason, this devil invested, secured Salakia, $20 billion investment by DAMAC Properties to build new US based data centers. Come on, man. This devil is trying to make himself look good by saying, hey, man, I'm trying to create 20,000 new U.S. jobs. But in all reality, his other hand, he invested way more into shit that's going to lead to the MOTB than he has into, into jobs, new jobs, and developing jobs for the U.S. Salakia, brain freeze. Right? hey, this devil's probably good. You can't even say probably at this point. This devil's most likely going to be bringing in the MOTB, man. He's setting the stage for it. And it's just the beginning of 2025, man. We ain't that deep in 2025 yet. It's only March. It's only March, man. And this devil is making moves. So we got to keep our eyes open, man, and follow the money. Look at what they're spending their money on, man. Just like we know that they spent, what was it? They bought 40,000 smart guillotines. That wasn't for no reason. Well, we already had our eyes on that, man. And now we got our eyes on this. Why is this devil investing so much in the microchip manufacturing, specifically semiconductor chips? Come on. Why is he investing so much in data centers? What data is this man trying to process? Why is he investing so damn much into artificial intelligence? It's the elders, especially the elders beginning in GMS, they've already told you what these devils' plan is, man. To bring in the MOTB, which is the RFID chip. That's what they're doing. That's why they need all this tech. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple I wouldn't be surprised if Apple was not going to help with the design for everything. Like, don't be surprised, man. These devils, we got to keep our eyes open and watch the money. Watch what they spending the money on, man. You know, what we can watch, because you know they do shit behind closed doors too. But that's all I have for you. Akim and Akwathium, and with that, Shalom.